So far, it hasn't been the setback many feared. Some of Brazil's key exports, such as beef, have remained strong despite being hit by U.S. tariffs as high as 50% in August. In fact, beef exports rose to nearly 348,000 tons in September, the highest in history, with Chinese purchases picking up most of the slack. Soybean shipments also stayed near record highs, with 93% bound for China.
We're concerned about the impact of these tariffs. The U.S. is our third largest export market, so we're watching this closely. And that's why supporting our producers and diversifying our exports is more urgent than ever.
According to industry sources, higher market prices for coffee pushed earnings up by 11% in September, even as export volume dropped by 18%. Prior to the tariffs, the U.S. accounted for 30% of Brazilian coffee exports. And here in the state of Pará, there is concern but not worry about the acai industry. Considered to be a superfood in the U.S. market, these berries support hundreds of thousands of families in the region. Most of Brazil's acai is harvested and processed in and around the capital city of Belém, which will host this year's COP30 climate summit. Until recently, about half was shipped to the U.S. But even now, with the tariffs in place at the peak of the harvest season, producers say they can't keep up with local market demand. The state's largest acai processing plant, Amazon Pulpers, is humming. Crates of freshly harvested berries arrive 24 hours a day. Inside the plant, the fruit is pressed and stirred into pulp, packaged into 1-liter bags, and frozen for shipping.
The acai market here in Brazil is huge, so even if exports to the U.S. were cut in half, the domestic market would likely absorb that volume.
Pará exports more than 90% of the world's acai. Many farmers in Brazil say diversification is key as Brazil and the U.S. begin talks to resolve the tariff issue. Lucrecia, Franco, CGTN, Belém, Pará.